Hey there everyone, JhN here, and we're going to have some fun today. We're talking about expectations and our negative emotions attached to those. Have you ever found yourself getting angry? Why? Of course the Wi-Fi goes out now. It's not like it's a quarantine or anything. I guess I'll read a book. Yeah, a book! Or annoyed. Ugh. Or frustrated. Your teacher called me today, said you spit on Jenny Spencer 7 times today. Or impatient. Oh, you want me to hold? Okay. I've actually been holding already for 1 hour and 43 minutes already. I'm a professional holder. I'm the king of holding. Or perhaps you have a short temper and you're quick to just react. Well, this video is for you because we're going to learn how to manage those reactions through understanding why we have expectations into our life, into our reality, and we just expect life to be perfect all the time. So we're going to retrain our minds to mentally perceive our life in a way that just disconnects us from all that, and we can just exist in a kind of peaceful, joyous, happy life. So we have negative emotions like anger, frustration, annoyance, impatience, and whatnot. Those are attached. They're actually the byproduct of having expectations or attachment to the way we want things to occur or happen with either people, situations, events, or circumstance. Anything within our life that we are upset about in the current moment is expectations about that happening other than the way it's happening right now. We basically want it not to be what it is, and we want it to be something else, and therefore we become angry, frustrated, annoyed, impatient, etc. You get the point, right? We've all been there in 100 different ways and scenarios and situations with people making us angry or upset, or situations and events and whatnot. And it's not a pleasant place to be, but there are ways to basically not react to anything that happens in your life or from people's behavior or from situations or events, and just exist within that peace. But I'm gonna share some gold with you right now that's gonna put some things into immediate perspective, and then we're gonna get into some other stuff to help retrain your mind so that you're released from all that. You kind of surrender to what life is, and you just kind of enjoy the ride. You're at peace and you're in harmony with life, and you're having some fun too. So it's not the other person or the situation or the traffic or the person at work or the kids misbehaving or the partner not doing what you want them to do or being who you want them to be, or you even being too hard on yourself and not being wealthy or successful or fit or good looking or charming or whatever it is. Look at these bags. Gosh, can't get rid of them. I sleep and sleep and sleep. I just want to be handsomerist. Is that a word? Well, it should be. It's our expectations that are attached to all those things. Basically, people and events and situations, they are what they are. We're just not accepting them for what they are. And then we have an emotional reaction to that by becoming angry, impatient, annoyed, frustrated, and whatnot. So it's actually managing our expectations about others, about situations and scenarios that will help free us from that. And then we just don't have to worry about it anymore. We're just kind of, like I said, enjoy the ride and exist within that harmony, in that peace. But let me show you exactly what I mean by presenting two different situations, but then within each of those situations, there's 2 separate scenarios. So 4. And that will explain and kind of highlight exactly how our minds perceive life and why we have that negative emotion of becoming angry and upset and whatnot. Before we get started though, I want you to imagine something. Imagine a line. I call it the line of peace and harmony, and it's right about there. So at that line, you're peaceful. You're in a harmonious state of being with your environment, with everything that's going around you, and you're pretty much perfect. You're content. Below the line, you are not peaceful. You're upset. You're dissatisfied. Something's going on, and you don't feel peaceful or at harmony with your current reality. And above the line, you're joyous, you're happy, you're contented. Things are grand and you're enjoying life, more so than just being peaceful. For all 4 of these scenarios, I want you to imagine something. You're in the room with a companion, somebody you know, a coworker, a family member, a spouse, a partner, or a friend. You two are just sitting there minding your own business, and suddenly your companion jumps up and says, "Yo, I'm gonna step out and grab a coffee. I'll see you in a bit." Notice how they didn't ask you if you wanted coffee. That was intentional. So for these first 2 scenarios, I want you to imagine yourself having expectations that your companion is going to bring you back a coffee. And if you say, "Joe, I would never do that. I know if they want to go get coffee, it's not about me. Just bear with me here," and pretend for this sake of these scenarios that you would have expectations and say, "Hey, they're probably going to get me a coffee too. I actually kind of expect them to get me one because that's what I would do, or that's what's acceptable." Whatever the reason is, you have expectations that they're bringing you back coffee. He's getting himself coffee, so I expect that'll get me a coffee too. Hey, did I get any packages delivered while I was gone? You selfish piece of shit. All right, thanks. Kind of upset here, right? You expected coffee and you didn't get it. So we got that line, right? Where are you? That's right. You're below the line of peace and harmony. Yo, I gotta go grab some coffee. I'll be back. I'm glad I startled you. You deserve it. Hey, stupid. I got you a coffee. Where do you want it? Ah, thanks. Yeah, just put it right over here. You got your coffee. You expected it, and it came through. So were you overjoyed about it? I've asked this question to hundreds of people at this point, and the response is pretty similar. They either say they're at the line of peace and harmony, or they're a bump above it. Not much more, because they had expectations about receiving the coffee, and they got it. So nothing to be too surprised about. I just want to make a little note that when you didn't get what you wanted, that when your expectations were not met, you fell well below that line of peace and harmony. But when you did get what you expected, it was just a little bump above, if not even at the line. We've got the line of peace and harmony there. First scenario, we fell below that line. And the second one, we were at the line or a bit above. So if we take the 2 average of those out, the mean of that, we find out that we're pretty much existing below the line of peace and harmony when having expectations. Okay, on to situation 2 with 2 separate scenarios, but we're gonna do something a little different here. With this one, absolutely no expectations. You do not expect for your companion to bring you coffee. It's almost like they're just saying something super random that you don't care about whatsoever. Hey dude, I'm over here in this room breathing. Alrighty then. I really need to stop getting roommates off Craigslist. I'm gonna go grab coffee. I'll be back. Don't bother knocking. Just come on in. I never realized this, but why don't you have a door on here? It's just weird. Oh. You did not expect coffee, and you did not get coffee. So where are you with that line of peace and harmony? You didn't go above it because nothing happened to make you joyous or happy, but you didn't go below it because nothing upset you, because you did not have any attachment. You had no expectations to what was going to happen. And you basically resided right on that line. Nothing changed. Boom! Stupid. I'm gonna step out, grab a coffee. I'll be back. I'm having total deja vu right now. It's so weird. My child, I have brought you coffee. Okay, so coffee wasn't a gift from the heavens or anything like that, but it was a nice, pleasant surprise. If we had a gauge at that line of peace and harmony, even if you're just at the line, you're still golden. A lot of people are responding that they're happy. It was a gift. It added value to their life, and therefore they're joyous. They're happy about it. So above the line of peace and harmony with that 4th scenario. So let's take the average of this last situation. So we're gonna take the average of the first one of not having expectations and not getting coffee. We existed at that line. haven't moved below it, haven't moved above it. So right at the line. Now we take the second scenario from that situation too, and we see that we're either at the line or above it. If we average both those out, we're not dipping below that line of peace and harmony. If anything, we're residing above it. Let's take a step back here and look at that. How pretty is that? That's where you can be. You're not dipping below it. You're not upset. You're not angry. You're not frustrated, impatient, or annoyed that life didn't bring you coffee. You're above it. It's beautiful. It's a nice place to be. It's at least peaceful. It's at least harmonious. If not, it's pretty joyous too, and it could be fun. So in conclusion, you can see what expectations do. We're setting ourselves up for failure. We're setting ourselves up for an emotional reaction that is anger, that is frustration, annoyance, impatience, and whatnot. Instead of just surrendering to what life has given us and residing in that peace, in that harmony, and also being pleasantly surprised by the little gifts that just come our way. Hey. So, forgot to add some stuff, so wanted to jump in and create this quick little snippet here to let you guys know that I'll be making a second video to follow up on this one here and now, so that you can learn how to manage your expectations and therefore your anger, your frustrations, impatience, annoyance, and whatnot. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe if you have not already and turn on your notifications because I'm pumping out a bunch of new stuff every week. Also, give me that thumbs up if you think I have deserved it, and comment below. Ask me some questions and let me know if you want me to cover a certain topic. And as always, thank you so very much for watching, and until next time, be well and stay safe and healthy.